Hi there, I'm Yvette.
And I'm Peter.
And this is our bus, Abby.
We've named our bus after Abiona, the Roman goddess of outbound travel. We're hoping for all the good omens we can get, because the plan is to convert Abby into a motorhome. Okay, so we haven't posted a video in quite a few months. There are some very good reasons for that. We've had some family health issues, which has caused the sale of my dad's house, which we had to arrange. And also on top of that, we are going to be grandparents in the new year. So this is just a short video that we shot a couple months back, covering the removal of the rear tail lights and the fixing up of the seal that goes around them. Enjoy! Okay, so I've got both lights out. This is the one that we think was leaking the most on the passenger side. Doesn't look like there's any rust as such. It's still a bit damp in there. I'm gonna give this a bit of a wash and everything, but it looks pretty good. Like there's no rust on the inside or outside. Just the surfacey, gunky stuff here, which is probably mainly dirt, I think. A little bit of surface rust perhaps, but yeah, I'll give that a bit of a clean up. But as you can see on the back of the light here itself, this is the seal that was there, which is obviously why there's been water coming in every which way, and it's not too flash, it's all coming apart. So I'll replace that with some, probably have to get some neoprene or rubber sheet from maybe Power Rubber or something. I've seen some stuff in there, maybe get some that and cut out our own ones rather than try and order them. The other light's much the same. I've taken that one out as well just in case. Do the same thing, replace the rubber gasket, give it a bit of a wash and a clean up, maybe put some rust remover or something like that on these surfaces here before we then maybe give a bit of an undercoat. I mean, obviously this plywood's all going to go. It's obviously been wet for a while and fallen apart, so that's all going to get replaced. But the lights themselves, yeah, just the seal and a bit of a wash up, and I think we'll be good. So happy days. Good morning. Sorting out the seal to go on the back of the light fixture. To start with, I'll just point out what I've got in the way of rubber to make the seal. I went to Power Rubber to get I was looking for some 4 or 5 mil thick rubber, but they didn't seem to have it, other than the foamy stuff that came off of the light to begin with, which sort of disintegrated over time. So we then went for a thinner rubber, which is actually a proper nitrile rubber, and it's got a little bit of a reinforcing fabric in the middle of it. That means that it'll be a little bit stiffer maybe than just a floppy shred up rubber. So we've gone with that, but it's only 1.5 millimeters thick. My initial thought was maybe I could double it up, so I got enough of the rubber to do that if we had to, but now I'm thinking that maybe that's not a great idea to double up the rubber in case water might get down in between the layers or something silly like that. So over the course of the last day or so, I've thought one layer of the thinner rubber will be enough, and we'll just try it out first and give it a good hosing and good dousing to test it once it's in place. But that's the idea. I'll just show you the light. So here's the light fixture that we've taken out of the bus, or one of the two, and the other one's the same deal. So I cleaned it up with Handy Andy and hot water. That was pretty much it, and like a dishwashing scrubbing brush, just so I get in here and in other places, and got most of the dirt off. It had a lot of sort of road dirt, and actually by a lot I mean like it was caked in to some of these grooves, like quite thick. So got most of it out. So this is the surface here that will seal against the rubber all the way around. This lip that runs all the way around, of course. So that's where I've got a seal to. So I've kind of cheated because I've already cut one, like I did it yesterday, just to try it out. And it was just trial and error really to get it to fit. And this is the rubber that we purchased from Power Rubber. It just comes in a roll, and I think it comes in 1.2 meters wide, the roll, and I got in the end 1.5 meter length. which is not a whole heap, but it's way more than we need, probably, especially for this part, but it might come in handy, I don't know. You see there, it's not really thick, but it'll do the trick, I think. So we'll give it a crack, like I say, and we'll test it out with the hose, make sure it doesn't leak. If it does leak like a sieve, I'll have to rethink my theory on one layer, or maybe even use some, like the RTV silicone, to double down on the sealing of it. But yeah, $70 roughly for 1.5 meters of this stuff, and we're hoping that it's going to work. If not, trouble. So this is the gasket I cut yesterday. It was just a trial and error thing. Initially I cut just a big square, rectangle sort of size. It was oversized around the light slightly. Then I just sort of laid it over, and as well as measuring. Like I started with this edge and measured in to sort of see where the first cut might be, this edge, and I cut that edge, and then did a similar thing from the bottom of this sort of, because this is where it's going to sort of touch up against the bottom of there to see how wide that was, and so on and so forth, just sort of, and then eventually came to the holes was last, and I just punched the holes out at the very end, but yeah, it fits okay. So I did try the bus last night just to see if it would go in, and it did take a bit of a jiggle to get the whole light fixture back in there, which is a bit of a pain. I thought I'd done something like bent one of the studs here, but no, it does go. That's all. It seemed to come out easy enough, but it was a bit of a trick to get it back in. Just a bit of a random jiggle, got it in there. Anyway, I'll probably set this on time lapse and just show you how I cut the other one. But like I say, it's a bit of a cheat because I'm probably going to use this one as my template for the other one, which I didn't have to do the first time round. And then I'm just going to flip it over because it's for the other light. So here's the pretty much full final product. Done, dusted. I'm just going to maybe have one quick trim on this edge because it's a little bit tight there. Yeah, so it should all fit inside of the case so that it doesn't sort of stick out once we get it in the bus, back in the bus. And hopefully it seals and does the job, but I'll probably have a quick video of that later on when we water test it. Yeah, so hopefully this works out and we'll be good. Oh, by the way, this is what wasn't on the other light, but this is the little reversing beeper that makes the annoying noise when you back up. So that's just on this light, not on the other one. But yeah, so let's hope for the best with this.
Hey guys, it's been a while since we've updated on our bus conversion. We've had quite a lot of stressful times over the last 3 months with family health issues, and now we're having a grandbaby on the way as well. So we're just going to be testing out the making sure that the water's not going to get through from the new seals we put in the tail lights. So I'm just going to flip you around and then we're going to see how it goes. Lights are looking good. That's a good soaking. Let's go. And make sure you get that side as well.
Yeah?
The other side. Now, the moment of truth. Light number 1 looks dry. And in here, dry. Passing mark for light number 1. Light number 2 looks dry. Feels dry. It's dry. It's looking good. There is no water coming in here. This bad boy is ready to go. Amazing.
Are you alright?
Awesome job. There is no water in here.
Try the other one.
We're going to try the other one. But wait, there's more. Is there any water coming in? I think not. Oh, the concentration on his face. Look at that, guys. We are 100% waterproof. Yeah. Look at that smile.
Relief.
And other big news on the buzz front too is just before everything turned to custard, we ordered 2 water tanks that we had to get custom made because of the spaces we had underneath the buzz. So we have been and picked those up. Also, when we went to pick them up, the car broke down, so that was another bit of excitement. So, you know, it's always going on here. So I'll show you the water tanks. We've got 2. Okay. So this is the first water tank. We have got all the flooring down and we have primed the top and painted it with bitumen underneath. So we're going to pull that up to get these water tanks in, and Pete's going to do all the plumbing and everything that he needs to do because, you know, he's awesome. This is our second one. And there's the man that's going to put them in.
Yeah, so one's a grey water, one's fresh water. I can't actually remember by looking at them right now because it's been so long since I've even laid eyes on them. But yeah, so we've got one going one side, one going the other side of the bus. They're custom made, and I'll probably put a little description or maybe a link to the company that made them in Katikati. But yeah, so I haven't tried them or anything in place yet, so we're hoping that it's all going to fit well. I've got to make up a frame to hold them and everything, but that will be the next thing we do. It's just a matter of getting to it because we've got some other priorities on the go at the moment. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get back to it and get some things done on the bus, at least before Christmas anyway. But yeah, it's going to be slow going for the next little while.
That's all, folks.